3 times I offered to remove Wilco from the a billion wind, huh? 3 times I offered to remove Wilco from a $1 billion debt this court put us in. Next Tuesday, I'll rescind that offer and assume no one here possesses any intention to resolve a $1 billion problem this court made. We'll be asking questions. Please hold answers to the end. Commissioner Cook says in your About Me, elected officials should be responsive to people they represent, works tirelessly ensuring court manages businesses and resources to benefit all residents. Make sure funds are used responsibly. Everyone has quality lives without onerous tax and debt burdens. You value accountability and integrity. Where is any of that when the idea of stealing land from taxpayers is entertained to build things no one wants or needs? Commissioner Long, we've been here about the same amount of time. How has anything improved? Building more solves nothing, at least in the matter concerning Wilco. You're surfing on those med boards. You must care about people's well-being. More people, more accidents, more medical visits increasing with age. How does more people benefit us? Commissioner Covey, website says you stand up for your beliefs. Fantastic. What's more conservative than saving money by not having more to pay taxes on or for the given project in the first place? Some go over budget. You're on the investment committee. Let a charge to reduce voter debt, saving $10 million in interest. Let's invest in something that'll make that look like a drop in a bucket. Commissioner Madison, with all his degrees, how do you not see that this construction ends badly? Judge Gaddis, is there anyone more Texas than you? 5th generation in Wilco alone. Too many achievements to list in 3 minutes, including education, farming, and ag. How has any of that improved in the last decade? Schools already ill-equipped to give special need kids the care they deserve. More people, less care they receive. More built takes away from the quiet and night sky, or replaced by smog and noise. You more than me would rather have farm, ag, and trees instead of concrete and pavement. I say again, my offer to get Wilco into the green won't exist after this time next week. Those in this room are witness. You have my address. Don't tread on us. When I was in the military, I led by example. Don't expect any leader who doesn't. I'm told distilling land from taxpayers is a good. How about using a significant amount of commissioners and Judge Gaddis' personal land first? Alright, so offering the county a way to get out of $1 billion debt. I believe I can honestly do that. I came up with a new way to suppress fires. Granted, I've only talked to one person about it. And, I don't know what's going on. He hasn't called. He hasn't come to see me. But I talked to a guy. He was supposedly 30 years machinist. And as soon as I showed him my idea, it was doing nothing in my hands. So, I lose it. Well, hopefully people can get it saved better. So I showed him, a rough idea about it. And he damn near jumped out of his seat. Granted, that's only one person. But it is a new way to suppress fires. I've had it for about 3 years. Haven't patented it because I can't even afford my own cell phone. I can, wham wham, boohoo type stuff. And so yeah, the reason how I came up with the $1 billion value, which I think is actually low, is California in 2017. What was it? Was it September, October, maybe even August? They had a huge fire, like bigger than normal, and it reached $3 billion in damages. That's just damages. That's not including the EMS, firefighters, police, and anything else that was used, that's just damages. $3 billion. And that's just California that one time. And of course, they are going to build more the same way, and the same thing happens, and because there's more, it's going to be more costly. $3 billion, or $1 billion is my estimate. It's one that gets Wilco in the green. It said Wilco because it's so much quicker, and I have a time limit. But Williamson County, they're in $1 billion debt, and it'll put us right in the green. Because would you not spend $1 to save $2? So you only spend $1, but you're not spending 2 more. So it's 1 instead of 3. Now, if something can team up with California, then yeah, drive down the cost. But I'm probably going to charge $1 billion. And but it can easily be $1 billion. I mean, imagine just a few other states that deal with fires, especially ones that are ill-equipped to handle the fires they already have. Now, here's this thing I came up with that does it so much better and at the less risk to human lives, and it gets everything done faster. So that's pretty much all I'm going to tell publicly about it, so no one can steal it from me. And so somebody probably already did, but I got it in the letter sealed. So once I hear news of that, if I do, well, court. But yeah, I mean, imagine just a few other states. Would they not toss in a few million? Imagine the entire U.S. Well, except for probably Alaska. And depending on the time of year, some the northern states just throw some snow on it. But yeah, that's how I came up with $1 billion. It's not I've never really been able to come up with good numbers. That's why I only sketch out the idea. Because, let's say I can get a spool of wire for $100. Well, somebody else might be able to get that for $10. So I can throw what I believe are real numbers out all day. But somebody might charge more for labor, somebody might be able to get their labor for less, and that's short and sweet of it. I should have used the letter, or the speech I plan on saying the next time. I don't know when it is. This is a week before Thanksgiving, so I don't know when the next meeting is going to be for the Commissioner's Court for the county. But I should have used that because I called them to the plate with saying I've offered 3 times, which I did, documented, and they don't come back. That's on them. They will show no interest, and that's just a week. I think it's like a day it's 2 days before Thanksgiving. If I know math. Anyway, so yes, I called them to the plate. But the good part was that cameras were there because the city is doing, or county as a whole, is doing so much horrible things like laying a pipeline through probably one of, if not the richest neighborhoods that the county has. Probably the richest I know of. And so a bunch of them were there, cameras are there. So it's not just that one camera recording what citizens are saying. But if you go look, commissioners don't care. Not a bit. They just continue doing whatever they're doing. They don't pay attention whatsoever. And because you're watching this, and hopefully subscribe to Adele at the point that you did, or if not, No Construction. It's going to be the same place. You get a little preview of what I'm going to say next time. I was in a conversation with Covey's assistant for 40 minutes and 20 seconds. I should have recorded it. But I didn't, because I thought, I'm going to get an honest thing. Well, and then also Covey's son was there. I don't feel good about putting somebody's mom in a bad spot, but it is her actions. Anyway, moving on. The preview is, I figured out how it all works. Well, at least I believe I do, at least part of it. It's
the construction company or realtor purchases, buys the land, got some hick, as you can probably tell, buys the land, and then it becomes personal property, and they can do whatever they want. So it becomes personal property. They build housing, and it's like 1,400 square feet or something like that is going for $200,000. Now, for the people in big cities, hey, that sounds like a deal. But I bought 21 acres. Well, not me. Bought 21 acres, an 1,800 square foot house for like $131,000. And now you can't even get our house for the same price the entire property is. I mean, other people got better deals, but from what I'm told, we didn't even argue the price. I mean, this comes from other states that are highly populated even then. So it's like, we're not going to argue. So anyway, I think it's ridiculous. And they can't even take care of the housing that they have because they don't have ladder trucks for fire trucks. In the city I live right near. And they're told me that the running joke, no joke, their joke, is I hope you put stowed away money in the budget for a trampoline because we cannot get to multi-story buildings. But yet they're still building it. They are literally, directly putting people in danger. And they have no qualms about it. So, back to the point, I didn't trail off. I just got to handle the thought as it comes to me. So, it becomes personal property, and they develop it. And then they sell, 1,200 square feet, 1,400 square feet or so for $200,000 plus. And then, once the entire area is developed, however it is, they then somehow turn it back over to the city or county, if not state. And then they walk away scot-free with all the profit. So they profit, which, hey, that is part of the job. I'm not screaming about the profit. But they profit from it. Then they turn that burden of maintenance and anything else that comes with it back on the citizens, the taxpayers. And they just walk away with the profit. And it's even more profit than the initial profit, because when tax comes, they can write off practically everything. Look up economic development tax deductions. They can write off almost everything. Even if for personal use, if they drive their work truck to certain places or certain distances, I don't remember the specifics, they can write it off. The gas, the maintenance on that vehicle. So we're citizens, taxpayers are paying to just have the land destroyed, because, and I say the taxpayers are doing it because, one, once it gets turned back over to the city, the county, the state, it becomes their burden, and who's going to be taxes on that? It's the citizens. It's not going to be the contractor continually, either taking money from the people that bought the housing or buildings and then paying the state, county, or city or the taxes. No, it's the citizens directly. And that's how all this works. Because once it becomes personal property, do what you want. And it's like the cigarette companies. Oh, well, nicotine's in there. We know this is going on, but we don't know. Well, we don't know. And you're telling me the continuation of this that is happening on every level of city, county, and state, that the contractors, realtors aren't special friends with that given board, be it a court or council. So essentially, probably most, if not all, at least in the U.S., everybody dealing that is a city, state, county employee is corrupt. Every single one of them. And they really don't have a problem with it. And I'm calling to the plate the next time, whenever that is. Whether it's sometime in December, sometime in January, we're calling them to the plate. Alright, because I'm lazy, I don't remember exactly everything I say. If somebody would like to manage the site a little bit better, because I don't have a consistent form connection to the internet, well, I'm taking volunteers. I'll probably never be able to pay you, because in 3 lifetimes at my current income, I won't even get $100,000. Again, not complaining, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I can't pay you because I don't want to. I can't pay you because I am unable. It just is what it is. And the cycle repeats. They go, all right, well, now there's no room. Let's widen roads, tear down more trees, put sites up for sale that were not previously for sale, and then build into there. Then when that has no more room, they repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. Because whether they know it or not, they're not even the pawns. Because if you read Behold the Pale Horse, they're not the pawns. But the pawns are the pawns, so that means normal citizens aren't even cattle. That's what they're doing. They're driving us into the cities like cattle. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, because I may make this video of the speech, but the one I had last week on the 7th of November, or the one before that, they're paving farms, and that is no different than directly handing power to produce all the food to companies like Monsanto. I know there's a couple of, I think there's like 3, maybe 4 that are similar, but Monsanto is like one of the biggest, if not the. Okay, so for every farm paved, that amount of food that farm produced, somebody somewhere has to take up the reins. And then once they control most or all food production, they're not going to care. You don't like GMOs? Too bad. Eat what's there or starve. Because once you're in the city, you might have a building garden on top, but you have to share that with everybody else. You might have that. In fact, they might make it against the law to do that. Because that will remove money from Monsanto. And Monsanto is going to go to government officials and go, well, it's not really fair. That's their little go-to. Because you can't say, it's illegal to directly tell the people that are essentially putting money in their pockets, oh, I want this done, so they got to go, it's not fair. I don't feel it's right. And then that's all it takes. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. Read Behold the Pale Horse. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is a distinct possibility. 1984 is happening. They'll control food production. Eat what they have or starve. Because, believe it or not, they stopped teaching in schools. And even then, some kids thought food comes from the store. No, you buy the food at the store. Most food starts on a farm. It's either an animal that eventually gets processed, or it's food for an animal to then get processed, or it's directly food for people. Be it a vegetable, fruit, I already said vegetable, or like some nuts, cashews, and all that. It starts on a farm. And when Monsanto, they want to put something funny in it, go right ahead. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You control the government, at least in the aspect concerning food. You want something all natural? Great. You don't want GMOs for whatever reason. You maybe don't understand it. Maybe the GMO is actually bad for the environment, therefore you don't want it. You don't want to use buy from companies that use a certain pesticide that kill bees and therefore further the problem. Oops, sorry. You know, they control it all. And that's what I said the last time. And I should have said what I wanted to say next day. I didn't have any idea there would be that many cameras there. And, you know, I didn't think they would stay because it was giving some EMS dude an award. Like, officially given an award. I mean, he already received it. He retired. I mean, 23 years. Holy crap. But the camera stayed. And my big issue is I never plan for success. I always expect failure. I mean, no matter how much success it is, if it's, oh, I said something faster than I thought I would, and I have an extra, you know, let's say 30 seconds, I have no idea how to use that seconds. I could have said a little bit about the preview, but I wasn't prepared for it. And so anyway, going back to my first speech that you heard, well, hopefully, council meeting, 2017, November 14, City Council. Go watch it. I said, I don't ask of others something I haven't. That's why I got out of the military. I was offered med board. I turned it down because I was hoping that they could fix me. They could finally figure out what's wrong. And then it turns out they weren't doing that. I said, well, you know what? I'm unfit. You know, I can only stand for so long without pain, and it forced me to stand. I can only rest for so long. You know, because even if I rest for 12 hours, that's not enough time to heal for whatever's wrong with me. Hell, I've rested essentially for, let's see. Oh, next year will be a decade. Next year, yeah, was it late? I don't know. Between mid and late next year, 2018, it'll be a decade. And doctors aren't telling me what's wrong with me. They clearly know. But yeah, even rested for a decade. So I eventually went back to the doctor and said, med board me out. I'm not going to go into that. I'm trying to have some humility with it, though I failed. But I can maintain it. Anyway, thanks for watching Adele, whatever. Someone tell me how to pronounce it. I don't know. I just like the definition.